All right. So, we got some turkey left over from Christmas, and what to make with that? Well, there's nothing better than I like more than turkey pot pie. So we're gonna get a nice, beautiful turkey pie cooked today, really quick and easy. So I had a little bit of pumpkin in the fridge, but a cup and a half of pumpkin and a small onion. I'm gonna dice all the vegetables up, which will include a stick of celery and a carrot and a potato. And 2 cloves of garlic we're gonna chop up as well. We're going to saute the vegetables with no oil in the pan. I'm going to cut up a couple of green onions and have a cup of corn, frozen corn. The corn and the green onions we're going to keep separate. We're going to add those in towards the end, right? So I'm cutting up everything nicely here, nice and small because it's for pie, and we don't want too many vegetables because it's a turkey pie, so we want it predominantly to be lots of turkey. We're making a lovely turkey stew here, right? So everything's cut up nicely. We're going to put it in our 10-inch skillet with no oil. Now the trick to sauteing vegetables with no oil is to use a cold pan. So we put the vegetables into the cold pan on a medium heat. Now because we are using potato and the potato has starch in it, that starch in the potato might have a tendency to stick to the pan when there's no oil in the pan. So things like a baked potato, when we put the potato down flat and just let it sit there and cook for half an hour, it'll crisp up and release off the pan. But because we're doing like a saute and we're going to do this sort of almost like a stir fry, the starch of the potato may stick. So what we're going to use is the corn in the end to add a bit of moisture to release anything sticks off the pan. So let's get this on the go. So the pan's cold, I throw everything inside. Then I'm going to turn the pan onto the medium heat and we're going to continue to cook. I always leave the vent open just in case, you know, the vent's always, that goop whistle can come in handy sometimes. So now, meanwhile, the pan's on the go. The chicken's already been groped. Groped just means taking the cooked meat off the bone. Now, every once in a while, I'm going to give this a stir, just because see those potatoes is starting to try to stick a little bit. So just keep it moving around. As the onions start to sweat and the moisture comes out of the vegetables, that's what's going to release off the pan. There's a little bit extra sticking. I'm going to throw the corn in now, which is going to add some moisture. It's pretty much cooked. Very important that the bottom doesn't burn at this point. We're going to add some liquid, which will deglaze all the stuff off the pan. I'm going to put a cup of chicken broth in here, and that's going to bring all the stuff off the pan. I had some leftover gravy, about a cup of gravy and a cup of cream. So I'm just going to mix that all up, and I've made some roux. So now roux is half butter and half flour. I've cooked in the pot. This is our thickening agent. So when I do put the thickening agent in, this roux's got to cook for at least 10 minutes, so it's not floury, right? A teaspoon of salt. I have some dry basil. The basil is actually fresh basil that I dried. And then let it cook for that good 10 minutes before we add the turkey in. Now it's really nice and thick. This is what we want. I put the turkey in just to really get the turkey hot and to bind it really nicely, mix it up well, and we're going to let that cool down a little bit. Meanwhile, I've had our dough resting. Now for the pie recipe, you can pull me up for pie dough, be under pie dough flaky basic. And this is a great quick recipe. So the dough's been resting. I have half of it here. Now you just put it down. We're going to roll it, turn it, roll it, turn it, roll it, turn it. By keep rolling and turning it, we're going to get a beautifully round shape. And that's just going to make it an excellent shape for the pie dough. So I've got my 9-inch pie pan here. You know, our cookware is awesome, and I love our pie plates. Really nice and thick and heavy. I'm going to put the pie dough in and trim it just right to the very edge, because what we're going to do is we're going to pre-bake this bottom crust, so it's a little bit more cooked. I hate it when you get a pie and the dough is all raw in the middle or on the edges. So we're going to cook this at 450 on my convection for 20 minutes. It's well cooked. It's not totally cooked. It's a little bit raw. The pie filling is cooled down quite a bit now. We want it to cool down so it's going to get really nice and thick and bind really with that roux inside. So make sure we press it down nice and tight, and then I have my second layer of pastry, which we're going to lay over top. I put a generous amount of egg wash on the outside of the pie, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the dough over it and we're going to tuck it underneath. Now I cooked the pie, the bottom crust a little bit, so that way it's not going to be raw. So I'm going to tuck it underneath, and as you tuck it underneath, sometimes the part that's been cooked already might break a little bit. That's fine, don't worry about it. Just tuck it in the raw pastry, because when it bakes, it's going to cook beautifully. I poke a hole in the top just so some air can escape, and I put a little bit of fresh cracked black, some salt, and some more of that dry basil. In the oven she goes at 375 for 45 minutes, and we have a lovely turkey pie. And so there's a quick, easy way to use up some turkey leftovers. Turkey pie is my favorite. I gotta say, turkey pie is one of the favorite things I like to have. And that's Turkey Pie with Chef Warren. So happy cooking. Don't forget to subscribe to our page, Chef Warren Good Goal on YouTube. You can hit us up on Kitchen Charm on YouTube as well, and on Facebook. But stop by, say hi, and if you try this recipe, tell us how it turns out. Happy cooking. So we made a little salad we're going to serve with our pie here today, which I have on the side here. It's like almost like a Greek kind of type salad, and then we're good to go.